a multimedia mogul with platforms in radio, TV, books, magazines, the Speaker Talent Search, with a promotional reach of over 10 million people, the CEO of RHG Media Productions. Her goal is to allow you to be seen, heard, and shine. Rebecca Gruyter.
Welcome to the Ask Rebecca show. You have questions, we have answers. Thrilled to have you joining us. I'm Rebecca Gruyter, and we love to receive your questions and really provide great content, information, and candid thoughts to support you on your journey. So if you ever want to submit a question, simply go to askrebeccaaquestion.com, and we'd love to receive your questions and we'll be happy to provide answers. Today, we're going to talk about how to take care of yourself. So, self-care practices. How can we really lean in to building a way of taking great care of ourselves, of staying balanced, of really continuing to be able to shine in powerful ways? Today's question is provided by Sumaya O'Grady, Soul Alchemist. And her question is, how do you take care of yourself and not get overwhelmed or exhausted? Thank you so much for your question, Sumaya. It's so important that we remember to balance things for ourselves, to take care of ourselves so that we don't get overwhelmed or exhausted. So here's some ways that I do that. I'm really deliberate and mindful and purposeful to make sure that I build in things into my schedule that are supportive to me. So I find, for example, it's important for me to center and ground in the morning. That really helps the day flow more powerfully. So I make sure that even if it means I have to get up a little earlier some days, that I still create that time and space for myself so I can ground and center and be mindful and purposeful how I'm stepping into the day so it's not running me. And make sure that I build into my calendar room and space and time for meals that are supportive of me and snacks that are supportive of me. I use essential oils. I'll use flower essences, crystals. I use things to create an environment that is empowering and supportive for me so that I can really show up in a way that matters to me. So I build in those things that are uplifting for me. I make sure to build in a time to connect with friends periodically, to laugh, to read, to move around, those things that help me feel more like me. So I build those into my calendar. I don't leave it up to chance, hoping that they happen. So it's really important to take care of yourself, that self-care. Prioritize you. Very important because you are valuable, you are important, you are needed in the world. And if you're run down, if you're burned out, it's hard to show up as your best and bring your gifts and talents to the world. So part of helping myself not be overwhelmed, I try to be realistic about what I can do in a day. I prioritize. So I've had a previous show that I've talked about time management. So I really prioritize and I identify every day what are the key core things that need to happen. And I put those in the category A. And I make sure it's realistic to be able to do those things in a day. So I assign times to them. I put them in the schedule and I assign an amount of time to them as well to make sure I'm not trying to do 36 or 40 hours worth of things in an 8 or 10 or 12-hour period. So I prioritize. I assign time to each of those things that are the priority A. And then because I like extra credit bonus things, that makes me happy. I like to accomplish more. I like to check things off the list. That's something that is motivating to me. I create a B and a C list. So the B list are things, wouldn't it be amazing if I could move those things forward too? Extra credit bonus. C, hey, if I get any of those things done during the day on a C list, that's a gold star for me. That's extra that I am moving forward. But I make sure I'm tackling the A list at a time of day that is strong for me. I'm setting myself up for success. I'm making sure I'm tackling those. That way, if something happens halfway through the day or towards the end of the day, and my day gets moved in a different direction suddenly, I still have moved forward on my priority A things. And if I need to stop the day and some of those activities at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because suddenly priorities have gotten shuffled or something else has come up that's really important I address, I still have gotten my priority A items done, and I can declare the day complete and a success, and I can move into those other things. So, really focusing in on those priorities, making sure I'm building into my calendar and schedule the things both business wise and professionally I want to bring forward, but also those personal things that are self-care to me and are important to me, like my family, taking care of my cat, those kinds of things. I weave into my day and I make them important just like I do other meetings. That helps me stay balanced. It helps me take great care of myself. And if I notice, so here's extra credit bonus tip. If I notice that I'm starting to feel run down or a little bit cranky, because that's not my normal nature, I tend to be pretty positive and patient and joyful. But if I'm starting to not feel those things and I'm feeling impatient or I'm feeling a little cranky or run down, that's an indicator that my balance is off, that it's a moment to check in and make sure that I'm still prioritizing the things that need to be prioritized. Maybe if I'm getting run down and tired, that means I need to make sure I'm getting a little bit more rest. How can I do that? Or I'm stretched too thin. That means I'm trying to fit too much in the day. So that doesn't mean, try to do it more and harder and press in further. That means let me restock, reprioritize, and make sure that I'm setting myself up for long-term success, including taking great care of me. That's key to us not being overwhelmed, to staying balanced, and to be able to shine out in the world, share our gifts in a powerful, positive way. So I encourage you, make sure that you take a moment today to really look at your schedule. Feel in, is it feeling too heavy? Then let's shuffle it. Let's reprioritize it and really make sure that we're remembering to include us as a priority in our calendar and in our schedule. Sumaya, thank you so much for your beautiful question. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear listeners. I'd love to hear your questions as well. You can submit them to askRebeccaAquestion.com. We'd love to hear from you. And as a super extra credit bonus opportunity, I have a resource I wanted to make available to you as well. So if you go to the front page of my website, which is yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Again, yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Click on Rebecca's resources and free ebooks. It's right in the picture box's bottom row. Click on that and look for the ebook called You Are So Beautiful. That is my gift to you, and a reminder that you are truly beautiful, a gift, and are so valuable and needed in the world. Please take exquisite, beautiful care of you. Have an amazing week, everyone, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.